Hello my student, it's me again, Madam Gracious Kanzini from Educare Tanzania. I'm here in front of you, my student Form 2. We are proceeding with our chemistry session series. And today we are proceeding with our topic, which is bonding, formula and nomenclature. And in the previous session, my student, we learned about the concept of bonding, and today we are moving to another subtopic of our topic, which is about valence. Welcome to start our session today. But no, I'm sorry, we are proceeding with the bonding, but here we are going to see the categories of bonding in details, and here we are going to see the types of bonding, which is divided into ionic, or in other words you can say electrovalent bond, and there is covalent bond. Now my students, we are going to start about ionic or electrovalent bond. When we talk about ionic or electrovalent bond, by definition, this is the bond formed by transfer of electron from one atom to another. So this bond is formed by transferring of electrons. So you can see the electron is transferred from one atom to another atom. Why? The purpose is to form the stable ions. The purpose is to form the stable ions. So also another meaning of ionic or electrovalent bond, this is the chemical bond between cations and anions. Kwamba hii ionic electrovalent bond yenyewe ni types of bonding ambayo ina involve reaction between au mechanism between the metal, positive charged ion and negative charged ion, ambapo tukiongelea kuhusu positive charged ion tunaongelea those cations, na tukiongelea negatively charged ion tunaongelea those anions. Now my student, let us see the formation of sodium chloride crystals, ili tuone hii mechanism inayotokea ya ionic or electrovalent bond, how the cation and anion form this chemical bonds. On forming sodium chloride, sodium lose electron to form cation, ambayo sodium we know that it have 11 electrons, so it will lose electrons ili iform cation, iform ile positively charged ion. At the same time the chlorine gain electron to form the anion. Chlorine nayo kwa sababu this is negative charged ion, so it should form the anion through gaining the electron. For instance, consider this is our metal here. You can see this is sodium metal and this is chlorine metal. So you can see in the first shell there is 2 electrons, second shell of sodium there is 8 electrons, but there is 8 electrons, and in the outermost shell there is 1 electron hang here. So kama ipo moja kwenye outermost shell, it means that it will lose ili iweze kumaintain ile noble gas au iweze kuattain ile stability. Na chlorine imebakisha ina uhitaji wa electron mmoja tu ili iweze kumaintain ile stability, so yenyewe itagain 1 electron. As you can see here now, this electron from the sodium inakuwa transferred to the another metal or another atom, which is chlorine. So you can see the 1 electron of the sodium transferred to the chlorine, ambapo chlorine hapa outermost shell yake ime miss only 1 electron. So once this electron transferred here, this is where the ionic or electrovalent bond occur. And finally we are going to have the crystal of the sodium chloride. Hapo tunaenda kupata sasa hii bonded compounds. Hizi bonded compound ambazo ni sodium chloride ishakuwa bonded, inaenda kuwa kitu kimoja. How imekuwa formed tumeona. So you can see here now, This is the sodium positive charge ion. This is the chlorine which is negative charge ion. Yenyewe imesha gain electron, imekuwa stable, na hii hapa imesha lose electron. So you can see here yenyewe ime maintain ile stability. So this is how the electrovalent bond or ionic bond take place katika hii chemical bond reactions. Another, let's see the formation of magnesium chloride. On forming magnesium chloride, magnesium loses 2 electrons to form cation, which is magnesium ion, and the chlorine will gain 1 electron, so as it is going to form the 2 anion chlorine. Hapa tuna magnesium chloride. So we have 2 chlorine. So 2 chlorine each need the only 1 electron to attain the stability. So this magnesium will lose 2 electrons, and each electron will be transferred to each chlorine ions. So you can see here the simple demonstration. This is magnesium metal which is unstable, and the outermost shell it have 2 electrons. So ili yenyewe ipoteze, maintain au attain ile stability, lazima ipoteze his electrons. So electron moja atakuwa transferred kwenda kwenye first chlorine ions, and another itakuwa transferred to another chlorine ions, maana chlorine ziko mbili. So you can see those will enable to form the stability after this chlorine ions. First chlorine ion ikishakuwa ikisha gain hii 1 electron from magnesium, na hii chlorine second chlorine ions ikisha gain electron kutoka kwa magnesium. Now is where we are going to have the crystal of magnesium chloride ambayo iko namna hii. You can see here, this is the chlorine, first chlorine ion ambayo ishakuwa stable, imekuwa stability kwenye outermost shell, imekuwa fulfilled. Lakini vile vile tuna another chlorine ions here, maana ziko mbili. So yenyewe imeshakuwa fulfilled, ambapo kwenye outermost shell ipo fully occupied with electrons. And finally unaona huyu magnesium amekuwa magnesium ions, hii cation imekuwa formed. So this is how the ionic or electrovalent bond occur. Now let us see the properties of electrovalent bond, kwamba hii electrovalent bond au ionic bond ina sifa zipi. So you can see it is soluble in water. So most of the electrovalent bonds compound, they are soluble in water. For instance, tumeona formation of sodium chloride, that is so table salt. So you can see once you take it, you expose in water, it tends to be soluble, it tends to dissolve. Another is conduct electricity when in solution or molten. So you can see they are ions. We have the different positive charge. We have the different charge. They are existing in the opposite way, the positive and negative. So because of cation and an ion, it is in molten state or in solution, the ion move each other free to produce the electricity. So they are good conductor of electricity. Another characteristic of electrovalent bond is usually crystalline, stored at room temperature. Kwamba at room temperature zinakuwa katika hali ya crystal, zinakuwa katika solid form, zinakuwa katika particle. For instance, tumeona crystal ambazo zinakuwa formed za magnesium chloride, sodium chloride are salts, they are in crystal in nature. Yani zinakuwa za crystals, zinakuwa solid katika room temperature, kabla hazija dissolve, hazijakuwa exposed kwenye heat, zinakuwa katika crystal form. Another is they have high boiling point, kwamba boiling point yake ni kubwa. They require high boiling point, so the temperature required to change them from the solid to gaseous form or liquid form, it require high boiling point. Another is insoluble in organic solvents. when we talk about inorganic solvent, we are talking about those nonpolars, kwamba hizi electrovalent bonds or is ionic bonds, they are insoluble in nonpolar. Tumeona kwamba ni soluble in water, lakini in nonpolars zenyewe zinakuwa insoluble. For instance, when we talk about those organic solvents, tunaongelea ethanol, benzene, kerosene and so on. Now let us see the another types of bonding, which is covalent bond. Covalent bond, when you talk about covalent bond, this is the bond formed by sharing electron between atoms. Yenyewe inatokea between atoms. For example of covalent bond compound formation, we can see there is formation of oxygen gas from oxygen gas. My student, when we talk about covalent bond, hizi tunaongelea zile bond ambazo zenyewe zina involve both nanometals. Yani zenyewe zina involve sharing of electrons, zile nanometals zenyewe. They tend to share themselves so as they can attain the stability. For instance, formation of oxygen gas means that the two oxygen, one oxygen with another oxygen, they combine through this covalent bond to form the oxygen gas. Also there is the hydrogen and chlorine to form the hydrogen chloride molecule, kwamba hydrogen and chlorine. So sometimes hydrogen exists in the form of as an ion, in negative charge. Another is hydrogen and hydrogen to form the hydrogen gas. So you can see the hydrogen gas is formed by taking by combining the two hydrogens through they share the electrons to form the hydrogen gas. Another example of covalent bond is formation of chlorine gas, kwamba two chlorines they combine so as we are going to have the chlorine gas. First chlorine and second chlorine zina combine, zina share the electron, zina maintain ile stability, inatengeneza chlorine gas. Another is formation of methane. My student, there is a lot of examples of covalent bond, but here we are going to see some of them, how their mechanism occur. Now let us start with the formation of oxygen gas. How oxygen gas formed through this covalent bond. Consider the two oxygen atoms, each need two electrons to be stable. Kwamba we have our oxygen here, so they need two electrons to be stable, kwa sababu tunajua kwamba oxygen ana 8 electrons. So kama ana 8 electrons, amebakiza 2 electrons ili attain ile noble gas ya neon, ambayo anakuwa kwenye outermost shell, anakuwa filled, ambazo zinakuwa ni 10 electrons. So hawa oxygen wawili wanahitaji 2 electrons. So you can see when they share their electrons together, wanaenda kutengeneza oxygen gas, ambapo zenyewe zinaenda kuform ions. Inatoka kwenye metal ambazo ni stable, zinaenda kuform stable ions of oxygen gas. For instance, consider here, after they sharing the electron, this is what formed here. So you can see hizi electroni za huku na za huku zimekuwa combined together, imeform hii intermediate here. So you can see it means this outermost shell of this oxygen imekuwa fulfilled the same with this one, kwa sababu ya combination ya hizi the electrons. Wote wanahitaji electrons wawili, so kwa sababu hizi electrons zao zimekuwa combined together, hii ndo mechanism ambayo inatokea katika bonding. Finally we are going to have the oxygen gas. Now another good example, simple demonstration is for hydrogen and hydrogen to form hydrogen gas, kwamba hydrogen tunajua ana 1 electrons, and if they combine, mean that if they share the electrons, mean that we are going to have hydrogen gas, whereby we have hydrogen atom with the single electrons here in their shells, but after they combine each other, is where we are going to they share to form the molecule of hydrogen gas. Hapa zimekuja kushare the electrons, kwa hiyo unakuta hydrogen anakuwa na 2 electron. At the same time huyu ukimconsider, kwa sababu hapa ni intermediate, anaingia kote kote, unakuta hii outermost shell kwa huyu zitakuwa mbili, the same this side too. So we are going to form the hydrogen gas by covalent bond. Now, covalent bond is usually formed between nonmetals. I've already said this. Molecules of covalent compound are molecule of covalent compounds are discrete or distinct. When I say are distinct, mean that they are unique. How unique? You can see they are not free to move each other. So here they will not influence the formation of electricity, because their charge or their ions are in the same properties. Both of them are cations. Are anions. Both of them are nonmetals. So another is properties of covalent bond. Tuliona properties za electrovalent bond. Now tuone huyu covalent bond mwenyewe ana sifa gani. So the first is its melting point and boiling point are lower. Wakati kwenye electrovalent bond tuliona zina require very high boiling point, lakini huku kwenye covalent their melting and boiling point ni ndogo sana. Another is usually exist as a liquid or gas at room temperature. Kwamba zina exist as a liquid katika room temperature, zinakuwa katika hali ya umiminika. Others do not conduct electricity. Hii ni kwa sababu their ions or their properties of their ions are discrete. They are distinct. Kwamba ni nani metal zote zile electrons they can't move. They can't move and they can't be opposite. Na ili electricity iwe conducted au umeme uzalishwe lazima tuwe na different charge, positive and negative charge. They are soluble in organic solvent. Zenyewe ni soluble in organic solvent, wakati kwenye electrovalent tuliona zenyewe ni insoluble. Lakini hapa kwenye organic solvent are soluble. Mean that for those nonpolars zinakuwa soluble. For instance, ukichukua kerosene, ukichukua ethanol, zenyewe hapa zinakuwa soluble. Lakini kwenye maji zinakuwa insoluble. So my student, very simple way to understand this concept of covalent and electrovalent, just to consider their differences. You can see it means that kama covalent ilikuwa ni soluble, means that the electrovalent itakuwa ni insoluble. Kama hii ilikuwa ni insoluble, means nyingine itakuwa ni soluble. Just simple and clear. Now my students, after looking the categories of bonding, where we have seen the main two types, which is ionic electrovalent bond and covalent bond. I hope the session is very enjoyable and very easy to understand. Thank you for watching. This will mark the end of our discussion today, but before I sum up our session, I would like to provide for you a simple question here. You can try to attempt it so as you can enhance your understanding concerning on what we have discussed in our session. The question is, in 5 points, differentiate the ionic or electrovalent bond from covalent bond. Kwa kutumia pointi 5 tu, toa tofauti zilizopo kati ya electrovalent and covalent bond. Thank you my students for watching. Stay tuned, Educare TZ. Don't forget to like and subscribe during your learning, and I wish you a nice moment my student. Bye bye.